All right, we're gonna get started, and we're gonna be testing some music today too. So we'll see what happens. Hello, everyone. We're gonna be talking about the future of the Saltcube Factory today. I know you probably haven't seen me here either. Green screen, still working on it. I think I have figured out what the issue is, so it's gonna cost money. I'm a little late here, and I apologize. But yeah, we're gonna talk about a few things. And do the stuff. Okay. So I've been talking about this for a while. In fact, we were gonna do it last Tuesday to Thursday for sure. But then I was talking to someone and they had an idea, and so we're trying to flesh that out. Also, it led to other conversation about Twitch, YouTube, content creation in general, and then some other things, and so like that pertained to what I wanted to talk about here today. I don't know how long this live show is going to go today, slash podcast, as some people use it as, but it's not Guild Wars 2 oriented, so it won't be under gaming, but it will still be in the live show playlist for sure. And the big thing about talking about the future is that whatever I say today may or may not happen, right? Who knows? Like, I could say I'm gonna do this, but then something else comes along and I no longer want to do that, or I want to switch to that because that's better. But there are some things that I really do want to do. The first one is actually just make and edit videos and see how I can do and just put out bad product. That sounds weird. I know that sounds weird, but I have made videos for YouTube even up to like over 2 years ago now, and I just never posted them because I didn't think they were good enough. So it's become a vicious cycle of perfectionism and knowing things instead of just putting out a product, looking at it and going, I need to improve on this and this, right? I keep doing this thing where I think I can do that in my head, but I can't. It's the same thing when I'm trying to improve the look of all of this. I keep trying to do art, and I'm not good at art, so I need to find my strengths. And where my strengths lie is analyzing and then, almost being a self-consultant to be critical that this, and this needs to change. So, almost like going through real life. In all honesty, that's how real life should work, is that as you go through life, you should ask yourself, are these the things that I'm doing? Do I like doing these things, right? So, there's a lot to talk about. And I think the big elephant in the room is what's going on with Twitch. Quality of Twitch streams have gone down in the last year or so, gone up in the last year or so, things like that. And I can't talk about YouTube without talking about Twitch because that's where a lot of things are going to be the black hole of the conversation, I guess. I have been on Twitch for 4 years, and I have had this YouTube channel for 3.5, something like that. Close, too long. Going closer on to 4 years now. So I've been on Twitch for about 4.5 years now. But anyhow, what the YouTube channel was going to be was like the live shows archive, and then, anything I highlight or Black Lion chest openings and stuff. And we've kept the Black Lion chest openings for the most part. And so the first thing I have to talk about is my success on Twitch 4 years ago. So 2016 into 2017 was the best time to be on Twitch as a growing streamer. You don't know my numbers over on Twitch. I have 5,000 followers. I've had thousands upon hours of watch time. I've made thousands upon thousands of dollars in money over there. And I have to talk about the money because if you're going to be a content creator full time, money is important to pay the bills, to keep you doing what you want to do. Content creation in general is that type of thing. The big problem with Twitch was that things were changing at the time, and I had to learn to change with it. So, I started 4 years ago. I started because I hadn't had a job in almost 4 years. 3 or 4 years. And I'm married, and my wife was off doing her thing, and she's been successful, and we moved twice. And at the time, I was thinking, I need to do something. I can't just be at home doing the laundry. I can't just be watching other people become successful and that. And the thing that caught my eye about Twitch at the time, well, long before Justin TV, was that these people would get on live, play video games, and sort of just be like hang out with your friends almost. And I have been watching YouTube since its creation, before it got bought out by Google and all that kind of thing. So I have been there along the way for these things that have come into existence. So I had an idea of what I was getting into. And then as you may or may not know, there are a lot of... one second. It's a little quiet, is it not? We're gonna turn it up that high. How about that? I need noise. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people that need noise. But anyhow, so, I had been watching a lot of people at that time grow from this new endeavor into something. And in 2016, I decided, September 28th of 2016, I decided we're doing it. We're going to start this streaming adventure. So I bought a pretty expensive computer, and at this point I had not bought anything that expensive besides a car. I barely used that. So, and I still barely use that. My most expensive thing I own is my computer and setup. The microphone, the headphones, the monitors, the computer itself is still worth at least $1,100, right? It's a lot of money. A lot of money. And in my first 6 months on Twitch, I made a majority of that money back. In the first year, I made back every penny I spent on getting ready to stream and the things and other things. So I had to replace stuff in the computer, or I had to buy a new desk. All that paid for. And the crazy part about it is that I had other things going on. I found out I had a daughter, right? And so I had to start paying child support. And I have paid my child support through doing this, and luckily other things happening in life, right? But the big thing is that in that first 6 months, first year on Twitch, I was stupid successful for where I was. When I first started streaming on Twitch, I was immediately thrown up in the first 1% of streamers. My numbers were phenomenal compared to a lot of other people. In fact, so much so that I did not understand when the affiliate program came out on Twitch how hard it was to be successful on Twitch. My immediate Guild Wars 2 rise, became a partner in 2017. I think it's going on almost 4 years of being an ArenaNet partner too. So, through all that journey and seeing my numbers and getting 5,000 followers and going to Stardew Valley and being successful, I've seen what it's like to be on the front end of a fad, the front end of something becoming better, stronger, more successful. And the problem is that success was not good for me because I didn't understand the struggle that came underneath me. There were some people who just could not get 10 viewers, and I was sitting at 20 to 30 pretty easily. In fact, getting up to 40, 50, 60 congruent viewers was not a problem for me in the first 6 months of streaming. And this isn't me patting me on the back. This is me just telling you how easily success sunk into my head and just clouded what was down underneath me. And on my Twitter right now, it says, you know, AngryZorric for a reason. That's because I don't know what's going on in my head. All right. But that's the point. I didn't understand what I had actually stepped into, even though I understood the mechanics of it. Thing was, my success wasn't built just on, you know, being me or what I was playing. It was built on luck. I came in at the right time, at the right moment, and grabbed some of that success. And the thing is, you can't do that anymore on Twitch. Twitch is exactly what all corporations want. Money, revenue, and promotion. That's it. That's all corporations want. That's it. That shouldn't be a surprise. Here on YouTube, duh. That's why the adpocalypse happened. That's why, you know, people are constantly saying there's a double standard. Because there is. When you're a corporation running a channel on YouTube, you're immune to certain effects. It takes a lot of backlash before something. But that is not good PR for that company, so they'd rather just underneath and just be like, oh, it's gone, and then people forget. And that's a smooth move by the corporation. Just sort of like cover it up. Oh yeah, there is no double standard here. But the thing is, when the adpocalypse came, you can't pretend like these advertising companies are somehow not some evil entity out there that isn't doing the same crap that the content creators are doing. All right, everybody drops F-bombs, everybody says shit. It's just the way life is. But yet, by saying those things, suddenly that's going to affect the advertisement of my Toyota car company? No, that doesn't make sense. Right? It didn't make sense. But what they found is that people weren't really watching the advertisements, and they're just being thrown on every video, and it was wasting their money. That's what they found out. And so that's why the adpocalypse happened. Corporations do that. Twitch is the essence of that. They run so many ads that they now have a third-party investigation tool to block your screen and keep you from seeing the purple screen of death if you haven't seen it. But the thing is, they are blaming the ad blockers themselves, as the ad blockers are trying to figure out how to get around it. And the crazy part is, Twitch support retweeted one of them as though like, see, it's not us. But it is! You're the one putting the roadblock up, not them. Just because they tell people they can drive 5 miles over the speed limit without getting a ticket doesn't mean you should start putting roadblocks up to stop them from driving 5 miles over the speed. That doesn't make sense. That's crazy. But that's what Twitch does, because they don't want you out there watching it from a third-party site. They don't want you using ad block. They need all the advertisement. Is $200 million of advertisement revenue not enough for you, Twitch? That pays for the servers for every streamer that you have there, right? Let alone you treat your affiliates like trash, so I don't understand why you even think that was necessary. Let alone Twitch partners. I mean, the entire system is just flawed from the get-go. And I remember wanting to get that check mark so bad, but there is such a small partnership inside of Twitch. And I'm not talking business-wise. I'm just talking about that check mark, right? Like here on YouTube, when you get partnered, like you can start getting advertisement revenue and stuff, but you're pretty much treated the same as everyone else in that group, no matter what. But in the Twitch partnership, the problem is that when they started it, they make it so stringent to get in that group is so small that having your check mark puts a target on your back from the community. It's crazy. And these people watch partnered streamers elsewhere. And so me just seeing how toxic Twitch has gotten because of just how bad their systems are in place. And we're like, how are advertisements toxic? They are. They disrupt the flow of content. They disrupt what the streamer is doing. If the streamer doesn't take a break in 4 hours because they want to do a 4-hour show without stopping, the thing is there's no time for an advertisement. It just keeps going, right? But if suddenly a 30-second, a minute 30, 3 minutes of ads pop up, you're missing out, and that creates angst, and that person ain't coming back. It hurts the content creators themselves, not so much Twitch. They're still going to get paid for running those advertisements. And they're still going to throw that purple screen up to make you even more agitated, frustrated, just gaining this toxicity under the surface. And then they don't fix the racism, they don't fix the marginalized stuff. And when they do introduce something, it's always for commodity. Companies like Twitch love their commodities. And YouTube has done it too, but YouTube, again, their community's quick. They know when something's wrong, all right? They always know. They always jump on and be like, what are you doing, YouTube? This little guy doesn't deserve this treatment, right? But on Twitch, they try to make money off of it very easily. I mean, Black History Month, right? They turned it into this Black Brilliance. Great program. And I want to say this as a white guy too. I probably shouldn't say this, but I have a friend, right? And he's black. This gives me no license in anything, but he has taught me a lot of things, is what I'm trying to say. He is a teacher of what has happened in his life. Hearing some of the stories of him being a black man in the United States being treated a certain way from one location to another, or just in general in life, he has said things to me that blow my mind, as though, how is that a normal thing you would think? Because people don't understand that the amount of black people in the United States is about 12%. Or less, or more, I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the number in a long time. But when Black Brilliance came out on Twitch, people are actually doing what he told me happened to him 15 years ago. When he was in college, people of his skin color could apply for certain scholarships because they're a minority. They do not receive the same chances as other white people, and the fact that there's just a lot more white people, right? So these programs were put into place. Diversity programs is what they're called, or they're probably something else nowadays. But again, political correctness is just going to escape me. It's just the way my brain works. I like to generalize as much as I can because it's just simpler to talk about that way. But really look into this stuff. If you are a minority trying to be successful in life, use the programs that are there for you. Do not ever be guilted by people that are like you, people who are opposite of you, people that just they want you to fail. That's because they're small inside. They're afraid your success is going to take from their own, which is not true. There's too many people in the world. There's too many people watching things. There's too many people doing things. But anyhow, my point is, he taught me a long time ago that when he was going into college, he was taking advantage of these scholarship and grant programs for minorities, and nobody else was taking advantage of them, so he would get them. He's just eating them up. He made thousands of dollars for his education through writing essays and applying for scholarships and grants that otherwise he wouldn't have an opportunity for if he was white. But at the same time, nobody else was doing it because they felt like by doing that they're somehow getting a handout, which I guess is true when you really think about it. If somebody said, hey, I'll give you $5,000 to go to college, right? And they'll be like, why? Oh, because you're black. That seems so backwards, but it isn't. The thing is, you have to see, because you're black and you do not have the same opportunity as those 90% of people over there, right? And the thing is, when the Black Brilliance program came out, my question was, why did you have to wait until February to put such a program in place? And why isn't there more, Twitch? But the other thing was, people were attacking these black creators inside of that Black Brilliance program. And Twitch did absolutely nothing except report it. If a company ever just says, did you report it? They don't give 2 cents or an F about you, okay? They don't. And that's what Twitch does. And that's how you know, oh, Twitch is in it for the money. They were using the Black Brilliance program to make as much money as possible. However, those black creators were finally getting noticed and receiving the success they finally deserved after being flushed out by a bunch of white men like me. And that's the truth. There is no hiding the consequences of of taking advantage of that system. And that right there was fair to me. When I saw the Black Brilliance program, I'm like, finally, I have used my Twitch Prime on a black creator called Blacktastic. Check him out. He's amazing. I love him. And my next time I use my Twitch Prime, it's going to be on Big John. Because these are brilliant creators I have watched for a long time, right? Not Blacktastic. Found him. And I was like, there is no way I can't sub to this man. And without that program, without people supporting that minority, without people doing that, I would have never found this person. Because my circle only reaches so far. I need others to bring me in. And if you're like, what's this have to do with the future of Saltcube Factory? Nothing, except this is probably the reason why I might leave Twitch. Because you don't just make these people commodities. You make these people get seen. And that's what's important to me, that people aren't getting seen. The only reason I got seen was because of my success in Guild Wars 2, and the reason I was just doing giveaways. Guild Wars 2 on Twitch is the most toxic community out there because it's based off of giveaways and being a toxic elitist. You cannot change my mind. I'm saying it here. That is the only way to success on Twitch through Guild Wars 2. If I give away stuff every time I stream on Guild Wars 2, I get more viewers, I get more subs, and I get more just numbers in general of anything. Chatting, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. All right? Binary, hello. I want to say hello to you. But that's the thing. Twitch has become business. A lot of people will be out there like, content creation is a business. Aha! But this business for Twitch is using content creators as sort of the resource, the thing you buy. They take 50% of a sub. I want you to know that. They take 50% of a sub. All of it. I only see, so if someone even drops a Twitch Prime on me, I'm only getting $2.50, right? And you have to be certain, you have to be a certain amount successful. How am I trying to say this? You have to reach a certain amount of success. There we go. To even negotiate that. To ask for 60-40. That's it, 60-40. I know some other content creators get a bit more than that, but Twitch is still making hand over fist money from them. So it doesn't really matter. But that's just it. There is no success left on Twitch. But my other thing is, as much as I hate the programs for why Twitch is doing it, they're successful for if you're a marginalized group. But the other side to that is it's a double blade. If they make you more noticeable, Twitch is doing nothing to protect you. They're doing nothing. So if you're a black creator, you're going to have racist in your chat. I don't know any other way to say it, but that's what's going to happen to you. And I hate that. I am a hater of hate. And there is nothing I can do, though. I can voice my opinion to Twitch, but they haven't changed in four years. They've only doubled down on what they're doing. They have these town meetings of blah, blah, blah. They're worried about people saying things like simp. For what reason? Because that guy is a simp, right? And someone's gonna say it negative. Context always matters. You can't just start throwing ables and ist and start deleting words, even though blind speedrun on Twitch is now something we can't say or do without getting backlash from the disabled community. But the thing is, the word blind has been around for so long that it's how it's used. Screaming at somebody that they're blind is the problem. But a blind speedrun is exactly what that is. I've never played this game and I'm going to try to run it as fast as I can. Therefore, I have seen none of it. What other word? Unseen speedrun isn't the same thing. Blind playthrough isn't the same as unseen playthrough. That doesn't make sense anymore. Like, wait, you haven't seen a playthrough of this? Or you're playing this for the first time without seeing anything? What? Right? We cannot start going into this political correctness that goes a certain way. Can we stop saying things that are pretty much slurs? Yeah, I don't drop the B word anymore as much as I can. Sometimes it slips out. It's been ingrained in me since I was a child. But the thing is, calling someone directly that word is considered a slur to me now because I have learned things because of what's going on. And recently, a Discord I was a part of changed our philosophy. You could say things as long as you're not attacking people is the thing. It's all about the context. But at the same time, like there's a difference between calling someone it a certain way and just being like, wow, life's a B, right? Like, you know what I'm talking about. But the thing is, Twitch has created this very toxic environment, not one way or the other, but both. So if you're a racist, you're gonna do racist things, but if you're just a person who speaks what you think is normally, you get suddenly all this hate, and you're like, what did I do? well, you said blind speed run and or blind playthrough, and we don't say that anymore. And you're like, why am I getting DMs about this? This is no joke. I want you to understand. So Twitch has promoted this stuff, but at the same time, they don't do anything to aid it along. So it's like kids just sort of taking care of themselves and, oh, they'll figure it out and we'll say something once in a while, but it doesn't work that way. Clear-cut rules are one thing. But then when you just like go off the deep end and you're worried about things like incel and simp, you miss the point. You miss the problem. It's not the fact that you need to defend me. If somebody says you simp because I'm defending a woman creator, right? That's not the problem. That's not the. They're just a jackhole, right? I'm trying not to cuss too much here. They're just a jackhole. I am part of the problem because I'm probably gonna say the same thing somewhere else, right? But the thing is, there is some black creator out there having someone try to throw the N-word in their chat or in their text-to-speech or something happening, and Twitch just goes, we know that's bad, but we don't have any other tools. And then they just roll out new tools all the time that just nobody asked for. And I'm just blown away that everyone in that company is like, well, as long as we're making money, we can allow a little racism. No, you allow a little, you're gonna allow a lot. It's so frustrating to see Twitch just flush themselves down a toilet and they don't fit anyways. So all the shit just builds up. I want to stay at my home in Twitch, but I'm realizing it's just hindering me. That every time I go there, you guys aren't going to believe this, but my live shows here on YouTube have been more successful than on Twitch. And I've been there for 4 years. I have 5,000 followers. I have 530 something subs here. Just to show you, I have a tenth of the following here. Even though I know some of you do come from the community and things, but the point is that numbers don't matter on Twitch anymore. You can have 60,000 followers. It means nothing. It means nothing. I have seen people blow up overnight just because it's just the fad. It's a fad, and we live in the generation of fads. So, and we've done that for a very long time. And so when their numbers are just going up, everybody wants to jump on board because they don't want to miss out. And that's the tool you have to use to really be successful as a content creator. That's it. But Twitch has fostered this community of toxicity that the word grind to get followers and stuff should have never happened. But then you got huge content creators like Ninja going, yeah, just grind it out, dude. Yeah, you'll get there one day. No, you won't. I'm here to tell you that I'm in the top 5% of Twitch streamers still. Top 5% right here of streamers on Twitch. And I'm here to tell you that Ninja is a liar. Darn it, I cussed. But it's true. He's a liar. You can grind every single day on Twitch and see no success in 4, 5, 10 years. These Twitch coaches and gamer coaches, let me tell you something, it's just a fad. They're grabbing what they can. They're grabbing what they can just to make money off of it. That's it. Streamlabs that a lot of people use, that's how my chat's coming through here. They're just a marketing tool now. That's it. You either pay them the premium to get the best stuff, but like, look how crazy this is. They pretty much make generic things for their OBS and stuff like that. So they make all this generic stuff, right? All of it is generic. Anybody can jump into Streamlabs, pay $15 a month, get this stuff, and start streaming on Twitch. The thing is, that cuts out other graphic artists and independent creators and things like that have thrived, finally have thrived, because these artists have a way to utilize these skills and contract. And they still do, to a point, because everybody wants to be a streamer, right? Or a content creator or something. But the thing is, when Streamlabs did that, they sort of shut a lot of that part of the community down. They were just like, no, we are the one-stop shop for everything. And really, all they're becoming is a Walmart, is all they're doing. But the biggest problem with that is that Twitch doesn't get better because of these third-party whatever. Twitch should have been the one investing in these tools a long time ago. A bot chat, a bot in your chat giving information and things like that. Twitch needed to make one, but they didn't want to spend the $50 million to get it right and make sure, because those bots are used to check for racism and things like that. Twitch has filters, but they don't work. The crazy part about Twitch is a lot of the stuff they have was there from the beginning and it still doesn't work. And I'm just blown away how companies continue to get away with it, but then I remind myself that people are sheep and they will go where the grass is green. That's it. Like, they'll click to watch their favorite streamer and watch the ad. It's just how it works. So Twitch will make money no matter what. But no matter how much we complain, it doesn't seem like Twitch is going to get better. They're just going to double down and keep doing what they do. My biggest example that came to me recently was this show that they keep promoting to their own people. They promote it, and they had this like hypothesis thing about being calm. You can check it out on Twitter or whatever. Does being calmer make you a better gamer or something like that in the hypothesis? And I looked at it and I was like, okay, I'll watch this video. Start watching the video. Right? And here it is. And then they have these exercises. So what turns out is that it's not a calm gamer they're trying to get. They're trying to get a focused gamer. Focused! I was so frustrated that they were promoting this as like some kind of scientific study type thing too. There is no truth to what they were saying. Gaming under fire. You could be shaking with a heart rate of 140, but if you get focused in the moment, you can make plays that you otherwise normally wouldn't. What they're trying to promote is non-toxic gameplay is what they're trying to promote. But the problem is the way they use that show and the people that were on there, and nobody actually sat there and corrected what the terminology should have been. Does being a focused gamer make you better? Well, duh. So they're just like, well, we can't say that. Let's see if calm. Emotional gaming is a thing. That's why I'm called AngryZorric. Because I get angry, but I still beat stuff. It's not like I suddenly just like, oh man, always rage quit. I'll never get better. That's not true. I mean, I wouldn't be in the top 0.5% of Guild Wars 2 players if I just rage quit everything I played. No, I get mad at things because that's who I am. But the thing is there toxic behavior versus a nice positive behavior? Sure. But the way, again, Twitch is promoting it is that's how they attack that part of the community. How they try to be like, this is the way you should be. It's through promotion. It's that commodity. And it just set me off the other night. I could not believe it. I'm just watching them do this hypothesis that is so freaking flawed in the first place, and then they do that, and I don't know what to say anymore. But what about all the anti... I don't know. I'm just at the point where I could say anything right now and people be like, yeah, but we know Twitch can't make money off of it, so why do they care? They make money off of toxic people. That's the issue. And so sleep with the devil or sleep on the floor type of thing. It's crazy. It's crazy. But my question was, is that where I want to be? And the answer is no. I can't keep promoting Twitch if they continue to let me down. That's just what am I trying to say? Hypocritical. There we go. I'll get it. Don't worry. But that's the way to start this off. So what's the future? Quitting. No. I have contract obligations that are contracted for specific places, and that's Twitch for Guild Wars 2. So I have to stay on Twitch a bit longer. How long? I don't know. But the future of the Saltcube Factory with Guild Wars 2, if you haven't heard, I'm probably quitting at the 10-year mark. I'm stopping playing the game steadily. So that means I won't be logging every day for rewards. I won't be doing this and that. I'll probably just be playing and I'll touch on that in a little bit since we're talking about Guild Wars 2. So at the 10-year mark, so I'll play the next expansion because I love Guild Wars 2. But the thing is, as a jaded veteran, I am a jaded veteran, and we had a show about that. you know, I can't stay around and stay positive enough for the community that it should be. So I'm part of the problem, is what I'm trying to say. So I have given myself a death sentence on the game of 10 years, and then I want to do other things. I've needed to do other things. In fact, I'll have to cut out Guild Wars 2 time if I want to do some of the stuff we'll talk about today. So, Thomas, hello. If I'm toxic, well, so is Teapot. Teapot, see, the thing about Mighty Teapot, he's a great person, all right? But he understands the business, and it is very... He's part of that generation, age, whatever you want to say, that understands how the mechanics work, and he can capitalize on it by acting a certain way, is what I'll say. Is he toxic sometimes? Yes. But is he toxic all the time? No. You can't be toxic all the time. You'll eventually destroy yourself. The way it works. But as toxic as people have called me, it's because I call people out. And I'm very hypercritical. Sorry, that green screen still messing up. But the thing is, being toxic in the Guild Wars 2 community is easy. It's easy to fall for, and sometimes I don't think people realize how toxic they are. Like when I got attacked by the elitists because I baited them, I was being toxic AF. Like there was a moment of that's too toxic, bro. And I remember Deror coming after me. That man was relentless. He watched and clipped things. I had to ban him from my chat and from doing clips because he wanted to take bits and pieces out of it and then construe it in his own way to make me look as bad as possible, right? And he will defend his actions to this day. But if you're so far willing to hurt somebody else in the community by going that far, there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry. To this day, I may have apologized to him because I did bait him and he didn't realize that, and I baited him on Twitter too. I could get him to say anything. Just keep attacking me. Like, that kind of ego is dangerous, first of all. Second of all, your numbers weren't much better than mine. You're only more well known because you were there first. You just can't. You're so young and so dumb that you didn't understand that I was using you. I had 160 congruent viewers in my chat saying I was going to expose people and gave them no data up front. I just talked about it. And the thing is, that works in the Guild Wars 2 community. That's what I was talking about. Being a toxic individual in the Guild Wars 2 community on Twitch is highly successful. And to pretend that you're not riding on that success, that somehow you're some golden child of the thing, you're not. And the thing is, I can watch Mighty Teapot for 4 hours and have his community just spew toxicity, but I can't watch you for 1 hour because he can't stop talking to himself. God dang it, I cussed again. But it is so true. That's how the Guild Wars 2 community is. And to be that person on the receiving end, I blocked him and never looked back. I know he's friends with other content creators. I know what he said about me. I know. Other people don't see him in a good light. But the thing is, I knew what he was the moment that it happened because I was baiting for that. I was thinking the snake was going to come along and get me, or Teapot, or something else. But it ended up being this person who has a character in the game coming at me as though he's the problem. But you weren't the problem until you threw yourself in front of the bus. Everybody else didn't. Everybody else is who I was baiting, the people I was talking about. It was all generalized too. I didn't attach many names to anything. Except Bixie at the time. And if you guys haven't seen that kind of stuff, I wouldn't. It's just, I had to get away. I realized how bad it was for me. And then I will say this. The content creators of Guild Wars 2, as great as they are, they're not who you think they are. All right? And that's a duh. That should be a duh for every content creator you know. But at the same time, if a content creator is always saying that they're positive, watch them. It's not because they're a positive person. It's because they're dealing with their own issues, and by creating a space of positivity, they're hoping to be a better person. And the Guild Wars 2 community can't take that either. They're like, oh my god, this person is so fake, blah, blah, blah. Everybody you watch is fake. Even when I get angry sometimes on Twitch, it's played up. I'm playing it up. I'm not actually that angry. I just use it as a moment to just vent and entertain. And people are like, man, you need some help, man. You're a psychopath. Maybe so, but at the same time, if you don't get the joke, you don't get it. If you don't like angry people, then why did you click on someone whose name's in fact, sometimes you get people that have been in the channel for years suddenly just come out and be like, wow, you're a sucky person. And it's just like, you don't need to tell me this. First of all, it's not true for some of it is true, but at the same time, it's like, where have you been? I've been doing this for years and suddenly now it's hurting you? No, something's wrong with that person. That's why the last person I banned, I had to break completely out of character and be like, hey, can you leave? Like, because I think you're diving too far into this. And they wouldn't. I had to ban them. I literally had to ban someone because they couldn't separate reality from what's happening on their screen. Blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind. I was just sitting there like, let it go. I was just arguing to argue. Like, that's what I do. Where, like right now in this moment, this is me, right? This is me having a conversation with you guys. But even so, sometimes I'll try to joke and things like that. Does that mean like I'm always gonna go off the deep end? No. Am I gonna drop a couple F-bombs in this video? Yes, because the frustration that lies underneath some of this stuff is just so much. I just can't help but just, right? And I'll maybe have to edit that out. I don't want to get suppressed. I want people to be able to see this. But that's just it. My future in Guild Wars 2 was over a long time ago. And an example of this that you guys don't get to see on the stream, I've tried to play World versus World with my guildies, and 2 Friday night resets in a row, I had people hunting me down. Literally hunting me in the game and just stealthing it up and just assassinating me. Because I got separated from my group the first night, and it was just an hour-long dying process. So it wasn't a stream snipe. These people were stalking me and things like this. I want you all to know that ArenaNet knows the ArenaNet partners. We have issues with people in the game, and we report them and we tell them that they're griefing, but they do nothing for us. I want you to know that. Well, I won't say they're doing nothing, but they don't do much for us. We have to go through the same process as everyone else to try to get rid of somebody. But then there are GMs that are like, that's just part of the game. But the thing is, when you're trying to record something, run an event, whatever, and you're an ArenaNet partner and you're promoting it as such, right? And these people are ruining that stuff, that hurts your business. And then I don't think ArenaNet knows how much us as ArenaNet partners hurt when we get targeted because of being in the ArenaNet partner program. But it goes back to the same thing that Twitch does. Oh, well, we have steps you can use. Have you tried reporting it? No, I've sat on my hands just letting it happen. It blows my mind. They're just companies. Am I making money off of you or not? That's it. That's all they care about. That's it. So if you're wondering if ArenaNet partners or the Golden Children or even that, no, you have to be a certain amount of popularity. Then they're like, oh yeah, this is bad, or we can sweep that under the rug. So just like everything else, there's nepotism up the wazoo. I like how the same person who accused me of attacking content creators in ArenaNet did the same thing while I was sitting in the same podcast. Blows my mind. Just like you hypocrite. Shut up. So you can sit there and badmouth people as long as they're doing it, but if you do it, you're a bad guy. Then someone throws it up on Reddit and they have the power to get it deleted because they know the mods. But you say something, man, it has to be thrown everywhere. That's the Guild Wars 2 community. That's the unfavorable stuff that nobody wants to talk about, but I'm willing to talk about it because I don't think it belongs there. Me doing what I did was wrong. Yes, I will admit it, 100%. And people hate that because they're like, oh, he's just saying that, but he doesn't actually mean it. No, I know what I did, or I would not have apologized for doing it. If I was just like, yeah, I did it for the attention and I'll do it again, then you could say like, oh yeah, he's a bad guy. But the thing is, I did it, felt bad about it, stopped doing it, and then even had a talk about how toxic the community was and why I did it in the first place and how wrong it was. And then people are like, yeah, he doesn't mean it. And I'm just blown away. I'm just blown away. That's actually when I took a really hard look at Guild Wars 2. That's when I took my 30-day break too. It was all in the middle of that. I decided to step away. And so Guild Wars 2 on this channel in the future, we'll still have it, but it's going to be less for sure for live shows. I'm trying to think, I would still like to do the new content and talk about it like on Thursdays, because it'll come out on Tuesdays. I'll talk about it on Thursdays. And I would like to see if I can still do some Black Line chest openings, even though I can't afford it as much as I once did, you know? But that's the future of Guild Wars 2 here. And at the 10-year mark, we may still have live shows here, but we'll have some over on Twitch. So at the 10-year mark, I will quit officially. I'll retire in a sense. I'll quit being full-time, is what I'll say on Guild Wars 2. When new content comes out, I'll get in the game, get ready for it, play the new content, is what will happen. And I will share my thoughts to all of you. So, it depends on what the future of Guild Wars 2 is. If there is a new game from ArenaNet, then we'll have a different conversation. But as of right now, Guild Wars 2 eats so much of my time. I don't think people understand. So I log in on 3 accounts, which I totally forgot to log into today. But you know what? Worth. It's better than me stressing. But that's just it. See that right there? That right there is distracting. It's not just stressful, it's distracting. It makes me put things down that I'm working on to go rush into Guild Wars 2 to get my dailies done or something. I can't do that all the time. That's not how you should live your life, okay? That's addiction in a sense. I need to go get that cigarette. Like, that's how it feels. And that's my point. Like, I can't keep logging in all the time, and I sit here and preach to people like, no, don't do this to yourself, and I do it. And it's just, no. So the future of Guild Wars 2, 10-year mark, I'm going to stop full-time. I'll still try to fulfill my contract, but if I get kicked out of the ArenaNet program or decide I'm just not contributing to it or whatever, I'll let you guys know. If I figure out something a little more fun here on YouTube, video-wise, I will do that. But there's so many great content creators, and so much of the stuff has been done and done again, and it will be done again. And I don't think I'll ever get up to the quality they do, or I have anything more to add than that's there. So I highly suggest checking out Muckluck and Mighty Teapot if you need guides or anything like that. So that's it. I've been there with the game. The more you resist, the easier it becomes. Yeah. I have quit for 30 days. Like, not log in, nothing. I did some guild things, so I didn't quit cold turkey because responsibilities still lie. That's the big thing there. I do have a guild. I am a guild leader in Guild Wars 2, so that's going to be the tougher thing to talk about. Some guild leads may be taken from this, but my officers know that I'm leaving the game. Not going to be there full time. That's just it. Like, I feel like I have an entire family to take care of in the game as well, and it just, again, it's stress over stress. But last night, 4 people from the guild, me and that 4, so 3 other people and me, we played Valheim. We played it 4 hours, easy, and it was a blast. And that's the stuff I miss about gaming. It's not just playing with them in Guild Wars 2, but connecting with people and playing other things and having fun and that kind of thing. So if I ain't been kicked, I think you'll be fine. We'll see. But that's just it. I think it's more on our end as ArenaNet partners to be like, I'm done with this. I think that's... And the other thing is, like, I don't have to quit the program. I can put it on pause. But with that, if you're wondering, the other thing, like giveaways and stuff that I've stopped and like, oh, you haven't done a giveaway. I do have plans to do stuff with that, but what a lot of people don't understand about the gym codes and stuff that I've given away, some of those were technically mine. Actually, a lot of them were technically mine. So I get so many gym codes to give away, but I also used to receive a gym code just for me as a partner, but I haven't been taking advantage of that for over a year or so. I take those gems and I give them to you guys. What I do. When that opportunity presented itself, that's when I was like, you know what, I need to give more. And that's just what I've done, is just give. But the thing is, because there was nothing in those giveaways that were girthy, and I would like something proper. If you didn't know, oh yeah, I can see you. I can see you. I just wasn't gonna point that out. Shh! You're taking away from my live show. What are you doing? You want to be a guest on my live show at some point? That's what we should do. That's what I should do. Have podcasts. Bring on other content creators and be like, yo, what sucks, what don't? Let's talk. What's the tea? Is that what the kids say? What's the tea? What do they say now? No, what was the thing I heard somebody say the other day? I can't remember. Let's not get sidetracked. Everybody should go follow Proper's place everywhere. Wait, what? What am I talking about? How many people have I promoted today? Too many. Where are we at? Okay, see, I'm getting sidetracked. Salt and pepper. So we talked about Twitch. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but streams are going to become less. If you don't want to sub to me on Twitch anymore, I understand, but if you could keep subbing to me, I would like that support, but you know, that's money and I get it. But if you have a Twitch Prime and you're not using it on anybody, you better be using it on the Saltcube Factory. All right, if you have a Twitch Prime, this is weird to say on YouTube, but if you're hearing this right now, you have a Twitch Prime and you're not using it, what is wrong with you? That is free money. That is what hurts Amazon, okay? That's what hurts Twitch. If you want to get back at them, you use the programs that give us free money, okay? When you actually give us $5, you're giving them $2.50 and giving me $2.50. When you use the Twitch Prime, you're just giving me $2.50. And they have to give me that money, all right? All right? Or Twitch Gaming, whatever they call it now. Oh my goodness, the commodity. Anyways, leaving Twitch. Oh, so it's March 1st. So January, I think we had a pretty successful YouTube live show stuff. February's been a little messed up. I took some time away from Twitch. I've worked on some things in the background. But as you've noticed, the schedule, I haven't done a live show every Monday and Thursday. That's the idea. So by cutting out more Twitch stuff, I should be able to have things. But what I want to do is actually get to partner status on YouTube, but not for March of next year. I want more than that. All right? If your goal is $100 in a charity, you should always stretch higher than that. If you just want $100, what you say is $250, because then people will give, but not too high. If you say something like $5,000, you're going to get probably less money, because people will be like, how are you ever going to hit that, right? And then they distrust you. But if you say $250 and they look at you, know your worth type of thing. If you say $250, they're going to be like, yeah, you can reach that. I'll give $10, $5, whatever, right? And then you get your $100, but your goal is still $250. Sometimes people get really generous and they're like, here's the other $100 and something, right? Like, I'm going to spend this on absolutely nothing. You can have it. That's just it. When you set goals, treat them the same way, but understand you have a goal and you have your stretch goal. And always start with your first stretch goal. If you reach your first stretch goal, then you should know that your original goal, not the stretch goal, not the $250, but the $100, that $100, you've devalued yourself, all right? The $250 is where you're actually at. So the thing is, how much are you actually worth? It was more than $250, maybe $500, $750, $1,000. But don't go too high, because then when you're not reaching that $250, $500, $750, you're going to start to devalue yourself more. You're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm not worth that much. And then we get into something called the Imposter Syndrome. When someone does give you the extra money to make sure you reach your goals, or you do suddenly get successful in something, you're going to feel like you don't deserve it. And that's a big thing. I don't feel imposter syndrome unless I'm with other people on a podcast. No joke. I have to be with a group of people before I feel like I don't belong here. They start talking about like the knowledge they've learned and things like that. And I'm just like, oh my God, they read books? I haven't read a book since 2009. you know what I mean? Like, oh, you actually read the New York Times? Like, I just go research stuff from certain websites, about politics. That's where I was when I did the super secret podcast. We talked about politics. It doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. Oof. But it was just an experiment me and a couple other guys did. And a lot of times when I like added to the conversation, I'd be like, does this add any value? And then they'd be like, man, I haven't thought about it that way. And I'd feel like I'm getting somewhere, right? But the same thing, you feel like maybe you just said something at the right moment, you know? And again, that's more imposter syndrome. But you don't want the other opposite way. What's the opposite one? The Dunner-Kruger effect or something like that? Something like that. Where you feel like you're worth more than you actually are and things like that. It creates ego. It's not a thing. I think that's what it's called. But again, grain of salt with everything I say. Who knows? But by next March, I definitely want to be partnered on YouTube. But my goal is to actually have 2,500 subs. Half of the followers here that I have had on Twitch. And then we'll see. But my goal to do that means I have to do other things, and that means editing, making videos, editing them, and then sending them out here on YouTube on a schedule. And I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be rough for me. I've been looking for a psychiatrist. This is what I've been looking for. My focus has been just absolutely not here. I mean, I tell you, I freeze when I'm trying to work on things. My brain gets so overstimulated, and I'm just sitting here staring at my computer screen like, and it does it with video games too. Like, the streamer guilt sets in, but I just want to play video games. You know what I mean? And then, like, I'm not playing anything. I'm not doing anything. Like, starting a YouTube video up, sometimes I'll close it because I don't want to be watching YouTube videos. I want to be working on stuff, but I feel like I don't have the energy for that. Do you see my problem? So personally, I'm struggling with what 2020 has done to me, but I think it's always been there. It's just so much more noticeable. But at the same time, I have gotten stuff done, so it's motivated me to want to do things. But at the moment, I just want to play video games. And this is the year of gaming. But I've also found a sort of motivation that maybe just start record some gameplay, put it in an editor, and see what happens. And that's where I'm at. And I think that's what we're gonna do here for a while. And it's gonna be sort of a journey. And I would like to keep doing these things, these live shows, and sort of talk about what's happening and stuff like that. A lot of you don't know, I also have a Patreon and stuff. Like, I had an entire business plan by the end of 2017, but I got hurt. I have arthritis, and it ended up pinching my sciatic nerve, and my left leg stopped working, and I was just in pain. My pain was constantly at a 7, 8, 9 through all of 2018. It sort of threw things off, and I finally got a steroid shot at the end of 2018. So if you didn't know that about me, there you go. But then it came back February of 2019, so 2 years ago. My left leg, again, was completely but what it was an arthritis flare-up, and it just, the entire left leg, like, I have bursitis and everything. Everything was inflamed on my left hip, and I ended up taking 3 weeks then. February's just aren't good for me, I guess. But ended up taking 3 weeks then, and it was 2.5 weeks of bed rest. I'd get up, I'd do stretches, I would take anti-inflammatories, and I had to lay down. I wasn't allowed to sit, and I wasn't allowed to stand for too long. So, but I had to do the exercises to keep muscle strength. That was the whole point. Get the muscle strength, and then I'd have to do like 30-minute walks in my house because it was the middle of February, and I live where there's a lot of snow and ice and stuff. So I had to like walk back and forth in my house. It was a weird experience, but by March of that year, the pain was gone practically. Like, there was some residual stuff where your brain remembers it. So our bodies are weird. They remember things happen, but sometimes they don't let go of that feeling because it's been normalized. Like, oh, yeah, today, turn on the pain signal, right? That's what was happening to me for a while, but that eventually went away too. So, but I deal with that now. It's just a thing. In fact, I just remember I forgot to take my meds today. That's my point. This is my point. I've been so unfocused that has affected me off of the shows and in real life and things like that. And I'm looking to get vaccinated and stuff so I can get back out in the world and remind myself of why I hate being in the public. Like, that's my goal. That's my main goal, is to just get back out there in the world, but at the same time, do something here that is more meaningful. So the first series, so this first you're gonna hear about this. The first series I'm gonna do here on YouTube is play through Pokemon. Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, and I think Gen 5. All the ones practically on Game Boy that I can emulate that I own. For legal reasons. But what I'm going to do is do my starter Wrecking Ball challenge. If you've never done that, is you just pick a starter, and that's the only thing you use in combat. Only thing you use in battle. So, and I'll explain that in the video. But what I'm going to do is not be playing it and talking as I play it. What I'm going to do is record the gameplay and then pretty much make a synopsis and chop it up into parts where you guys can watch it really quick. So something may take me 4 hours for whatever reason, like if I have to grind or something like that, but that'll all be cut out and I'll just be voicing over what happened and things like that. I think I have an idea how I'm gonna do it. We'll see what happens. I also have to learn how to make thumbnails and things like that because they're not pretty. and then there's a lot of stuff I have to learn. But that brings me to my next point with imposter syndrome and stuff. The reason I probably don't feel it as much as I once did is because I have not read a book, an actual book, since 2009. I've read pieces of a book. I read things on the internet. I know how to read. I can read quickly. The thing is, I have limited myself on knowledge because another thing a lot of people I've said in passing is that I'm really smart. I am. My IQ is extremely high. But the problem is with that IQ comes issues. Mental issues and just issues with conversing with people normally and things like that. And I like to fit in. So what I stopped doing was learning. I learned what I had to learn because I had to learn it, but what I would like to do is get back to actually watching, learning, analyzing, and putting it in my head, and that requires focus. But a lot of you don't know is that I like to read research and things like that. I have knowledge about the stupidest stuff out there. But if you think I'm dumb, that's the point. That's been the point, and I have to stop doing that because there are so many people that have taken advantage of that fact or treated me as a lesser for so long in so many communities that I want to get back at them. That sounds really bad, but it is bad. That's the point. I'm tired of drama existing artificially, and what I want to do is point that person out and be like, no, you're just an idiot. You're so insecure, blah, blah, blah. But I want to do it in a way that it's because I'm becoming successful. So if they ever say something again, I'd be like, yeah, enjoy your 4,000 followers, right? Like, that's my point. I'm done sitting here just acting like I'm just okay with stuff. I'm tired of trying to be the good guy when I know I'm an evil jerk. I am. That's another reason why I stopped learning and stuff, because I used to destroy people. I used to say the cruelest things to people because I didn't like them. That's it. Like, there are bullies, and then there was me. Life-crushing, soul-crushing, just get away from me. There were some people who broke my trust so badly that I would make them cry. Like, that's the kind of person I used to be. I don't want to be that, but when somebody's ego's up here, I do want to go pop, and then be like, stay there for a bit, learn something, right? When you're a balloon that's so overinflated that you're ready to pop, I want to pop you just to say that you look better on a car tire. Like, that's all I'm saying. That's all. That's all I want to say, all right? And then just step away, just be like, I'm done with it. But no, I don't want to become a drama channel or anything like that. But at the same time, I don't want people to think I'm not good at something. Like, one of the big things in the Guild Wars 2 community is that I don't play raids, but I could. And a lot of people is like, actually, no, he can't. He's just that bad at the game. No, I can play raids. I just, again, don't want to seem like a toxic elitist. But give me a couple months here and I'll beat every boss. Sure, I'll put a group together too and teach them if I have to. Like, that's just it. But the other thing, a part of that is that I haven't given my energy to something 100% in a long time, even Twitch. And so I've been half-assing so many things that it's hurt a lot of relationships too, or it's hurt my community, and I don't want to do that anymore. So by next March, I want to be more knowledgeable, smarter maybe, I don't know, but more confident and more focused and putting my energy in the right places versus letting outside influences constantly knock me down. So partnered, my little goal of deflation here, partnered, so that means I need 1,000 subs, 4,000 hours of watch time, but my big goal is 2,500 subs by next March. And I think I can do that. I think I can do that with your guys' help. What else? Oh, the games I'll play. So I'm gonna do the Pokemon playthrough, starter Wrecking Ball. I'll try to chop it up by Gym Leader and Elite Four. I think is my goal there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Might be less because once you get to a certain point, the games just fly. I'm thinking Gen 1. Gen 2 I've played through on Twitch, and then Gen 3 Fire Red I played through on Twitch. But I'll be doing, I think, Pokemon Red first, Pokemon Silver second, Pokemon Ruby third, and then Pokemon Leaf Green fourth. I don't think I'm missing anything. I'm trying to avoid that third game on the outside because they added things and stuff, but it's sort of like when they finally go back and revamp. But who knows? And then after that, going into Generation 4, I'll see. That's Diamond and Pearl, right? They're just doing the remakes, so that might be a good time to do that. But Diamond and Pearl, probably do Diamond. I don't know. I don't remember if I finished my playthrough of Diamond and Pearl. I own both games, though. Then there's Soul Silver, Heart Gold. I don't know where those are generation-wise, but yeah. And then there'll be differences and stuff I want to talk about in those games and things like that. So, other games I'll be playing, who knows? Maybe some Final Fantasy stuff, some retro things, but I'll make some videos about that. I do want to get back into platformers a bit here. I'm going to be playing through Celeste and things like that on Twitch, since I'm not quitting theirs just yet. That's our next game. So Shovel Knight is going to be tomorrow, and then we'll go into Celeste. But yeah, and then I've been talking with some people. We're either talking about playing Minecraft. So that's the other thing. I'll be doing Minecraft on this channel too. I have not played the vanilla Minecraft in 8 years. Like the base game. So what I want to do is try to single-handedly play vanilla Minecraft and try to get all the achievements in the game. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The other thing is speedruns. I've talked about that in the past, but I want to look at some retro games and see if I can get some PBs and some stuff and that kind of thing, and talk about my history with the games and that kind of thing. That is some outlying stuff, but I know I have some stuff already black and white that I'm going to do, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And just because I'm either live on Twitch or live on YouTube, it does not mean I won't upload a video, or if I don't think a live show is going to work out for something, I will try to do a video and make them much shorter than these, because we do these 2 hours or less. So try to look here. Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff today, but the future of the Saltcube Factory here on YouTube, I think, is going to be much more successful than I can be on Twitch at this point. Although on Twitch, again, I'm successful, top 5% of streamers and things like that, even more sometimes. But the thing is, I'm just not enjoying what Twitch is. Like here on YouTube, it's been so much more a positive, fun experience, and it's refreshing. So I always want to do these live shows. I just don't know what to talk about, or I don't want to do Guild Wars 2 all the time. But the thing is, it's been so refreshing that it's almost addicting to want to do it. I just let myself down because I don't know how to entertain you guys with what I have. So, but the other thing is, when you go over to Twitch and you have someone come into your chat try to make you say racist things and stuff, you're just like, oh yeah, this is why I like YouTube better now. I'm just done with it. But I don't know. By the end of the summer, by the time I think Guild Wars 2 expansion comes out and I'm done playing that like 100% full time, I will have a point where I'm going to be like, I'm only doing Twitch here and here type of thing. So we'll see what happens. I also have a great opportunity. So as bad as the pandemic in 2020 was for a lot of people, I have gotten by pretty much unscathed. Like my wife has been able to keep her job. I made more money last year than I did the year before, just to give you an idea, sort of. But just to give you an idea of like how unscathed I got out of the pandemic versus other people who've been laid off and stuff. I've helped some of these people out, so don't worry. I'm not sitting here being like, man, I got through the thing. No. 2020 was a horrible year, and just seeing all the stuff that came out. 2021 isn't starting off any better, but at least they're not starting us off at like, oh yeah, the new year's here we go, blah blah blah, right? Instead this year was like, New Year's here. Yeah, bad stuff's still happening. So let's just double down. Don't take down the bunker, right? That's where we're at. That's 2021 for us. But big thing here is what was I even saying? How did I get here? But the big thing is that I want success. So as the year goes on, I'll try to keep you guys updated. Again, I want to do some more of these just to be like, yo, this is what I was talking about, and this is where I'm at. And then as more of the community gets involved, which you guys usually do, I want to implement stuff. Also, I want to come up with a Guild Wars 2 contest that isn't, hey, put your name in the pile. I want something more. I was thinking about an art contest, but I don't know how many artistic people are in my community, but at the same time, I can make it like big public thing. But I was thinking art contests and things like that. I'm thinking about contests still. Make sure you guys get some free gems, things like that. So I'm always looking out, trying to give back to those who keep giving to me, and I appreciate you. There's some other things I probably missed in there, but don't worry. If you're not part of the Discord or on Twitter, please get there. That's where I put a lot of information or give my inside thoughts to things. There's a Guild Wars 2 cell going on, and on Discord, I'll put the important stuff at least. I think Skog put something up there today. So become part of the community. I like that. And don't worry. If you have questions and stuff, I have always promoted Saltcube Factory as a safe place to be able to ask what you think is a dumb question, which is probably not. Everybody starts somewhere. Everybody has to learn at some point. So, you didn't just get up and start talking to people without other people talking to you. So just because we know things doesn't mean that the Saltcube Factory is here to just be like, well, oh, we're rising. I hope you were part of the base of the factory. You'd be gonna climb that ladder a long way. No, that's not what we do. And not a lot of people talk on Discord. Like for their partnership and stuff, you have to have so much interaction. I'm not looking to get partnered with Discord ever, just because the way they're partnered. It was just like ArenaNet when I just gave up on their partner program. I wanted to be one of those things like, do you want to be partnered? And I'd be like, oh yeah, I guess. I mean, what do I get? Oh, free shirt? Yeah. Right? Like that's the kind of success I like. I'm never trying to grab success just because somebody offers something out there and you have to hit point A to point Z and then make sure that it stays that way. That's just too stressful for me. I'd rather make something so successful that it takes care of itself in the sense of like, oh, this is out there. You want that? And I'd be like, would it make things better? I think a Discord partnership would be great, but now they're really stingy and that's for good reason too. There's a lot of hate groups and stuff. So I'm not hating on Discord. I love it. I love what they do and things like that. That's why I buy their subscription every year. And things like that. The reason I stopped boosting our public servers because nobody was using it. But if that changes, I'll switch it back to our Discord. Happy Monday to you, Midian. Talking about that kind of stuff, I also want to thank my mods and my architects, like Midian, for sticking it out with me the last 4.5 years. It's been rough. I've had other mods and they've quit and things like that, or I've been like, yo. Ooh. Really? Did you go to the doctor? In Flames! My God! Hey, go to a doctor if it's projectile. It's not very good for you. I'm not a doctor, but I can tell you this. If things are coming out of you really fast and they're able to get distance, doctor. 100%. This stuff, food poisoning, doctor. If you have food poisoning and that stuff's happening, definitely get to a doctor. Make sure you're getting fluids too. My goodness. Is that a Beavis and Butthead icon too? Are you here to troll? Is this my like second official troll here on YouTube? I feel like it's a thing. Now Dee? Oh, you been lurking? Okay. If you're lurking, I appreciate you. Twitch hates lurkers, by the way. Twitch hates them. YouTube doesn't really care. I would rather take the I don't really care side of things than the I'm actively going to remove these people from your numbers. But Tilly, hello. So synopsis. I will be leaving Twitch in the sense of not being there as much, but I'm not quitting Twitch. That's gonna become part-time. At the 10-year mark, Guild Wars 2 will no longer be full-time for me. I'll be showing up for new content, and that's just about it. I'll be taking that energy somewhere else. But that's, guys, 10-year mark is a year and a half away. So, but I'm throwing it out there now. Death sentence. If something drastically changes with the game, we can talk about it. But probably not. The game hasn't really changed even after 8 years from the beginning. Leaving your on a new 50-inch TV? Oh my God. Have you seen how bad my acne is? God, look at... Oh! Anyhow, what's happening? But anyways, I'm going to get back to thanking my community here before I end today. Goal by March of next year is 2,500 subs here on YouTube. That's my goal. So I got a lot of work to do. A lot of that work will probably happen into this month, April, in the background, and then we'll be going. Hopefully I'll be able to start posting videos by the end of April. But I'm not going to say anything like that. No. Just be looking out. Just be looking out. I've got to keep trying to do live shows here. For sure. In the meantime, make this something more. The people who have already subbed since I started doing live shows, I highly appreciate you. We're up to like 530 something subs. The goal was to get to 1,000, and now I've changed that. But I would like to get partnered here on YouTube, just so if you guys want to support me, you can turn off your ad block or whatever. But the thing is that some money is better than no money, and that seems weird. So even if like I get $12 or something like that, which wouldn't happen, you have to make like 50 or 100 or something for Google. But the thing is, like, sometimes when things get a little bit rough, $50 or $100 makes a huge difference to small streamers. Bigger streamers be like, if you need $100 for something, then you shouldn't even be in this business. Don't listen to those guys, because again, they have privilege and they're well off already. When you are struggling as a small content creator, just even like that Twitch Prime sub, or just giving $5 or $1 or $3, it does make a difference. As that adds up, sometimes we get in a rough spot, and that money can bail us out of a situation. Like if a microphone breaks or the camera stops working mechanically, not software like mine, but like stuff like that, we can keep creating that content. And a lot of people don't understand, like, that's how important those little things are. So, yeah. So that's why I want to get partnered, so I can keep making content even when things get rough. You know? That's it. Twitch has always been that way. You know, I'm able to pay for the things to keep doing what I do so I don't get in trouble. Sure. What else? Excuse me. With all my complaining today, or saying critical things, I do hope things do get better on Twitch and here on YouTube and just content creators in general. So, like, you know, as Twitch continues to try to make money off their own people and things like that, and that kind of stuff, I hope things do get better for the marginalized, the minority, all those creators try to do their thing, because I enjoy seeing that stuff be created because it gives me a different perspective, gives me a different taste of culture and things like that. I can't tell you how much I've learned, you know, in February because of the Black Brilliance stuff. Just seeing what they do and how much they enjoy it. And I say they, but really they are a part of the same group, you know? We're all small streamers trying to make it big, doing our hardest to entertain people and things like that. But seeing their success and them finally get to branch out and be more of who they are has been really refreshing. And I hope that doesn't end. I hope that I don't know how I can help keep that momentum besides keep throwing my Twitch Prime subs at them. But I want success for all the people, you know, that don't get the same chances I did. Again, my success clouded how hard it is to work to get something, and I don't ever want to feel that way. I want to feel like I need to keep putting the work in, but at the same time, that's dangerous because some people exhaust themselves trying to keep up with that momentum, and then you see those people who've been leeching off of you. Why aren't you making videos anymore? Well, listen, I'm tired. And my generation, I just want to warn you, millennials in general, as much as people hate on them, let me tell you this, millennials are tired. The systems haven't worked for us. We know we have to fix the systems, and we're tired. Just mentally and physically, my generation is not doing well in general. And the generation just ahead of us, I always forget what that generation, but it's all broken up for me. But I just want to let you know that, you know, it's been rough, especially when you got a bunch of old people, like the boomers, trying to tell you what to do still. After they said for years of how excellent we are going to be and tested us on it for years in school and things like that. And then we get out in the real world and we realize, wait a second, no, wait, I don't have any money. How am I supposed to pay for this, right? Then you start realizing things like that, and then you don't want people to feel bad, so you go do things like content creation. And then the old people realize, wow, they're making a lot of money off that. How can we screw them over? That is no joke. That's why I really support Gen Zers and what they do. This like all this TikTok stuff that I don't understand. I'm a millennial and I have no idea what this TikTok stuff is. Like I've looked at it and I'm like, this is like Vines, but different type of thing, right? But like the success some of these people are seeing that are, you know, 10, 15 years younger than me, which is crazy to say. But seeing them get successful on these new platforms, it brings me a lot of joy because it's something new. They're still expressing themselves, and I hope that corporations don't ever keep chipping away at the fact that there is something more to life than trying to put us in our little categories, that people are so much more than a number type of thing. So I'm doing great, In Flames. I hope you're doing great. But this brings me back full circle. I love every single person in this community. Okay? Romantically? No. Like, can I really mean it that I love you? No, but what I love is that you're here. That's just it. And if you being here in any way, whether you're on Discord, follow me on Twitter or whatever, what it means when you, especially when you interact with me and stuff, is that I'm affecting you positively, I hope. And my goals, even though they're prestigious and I talk about how much of an evil person I am, the thing is, I want you to understand that I'm doing this for you. I really don't care about myself still after all these years in therapy. But the thing is, I know people out there struggle. I have had people send me messages about how I've brought them joy, or I've distracted them from the bad stuff out there. And I think that should be the goal of all entertainers, is to just get us away from the BS, you know? And I'm not going to say I can do it all the time, but I'm going to try my best to just keep giving it to you guys. That sounds bad. Okay. But you know what I mean. Whatever. I'm getting a little tired here. I've been talking for an hour and a half. Give me a break. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that, you know, if you're going to be a part of this community, I hope you understand that I'm not always going to be at my best, but I'm going to be trying to give you my best. There. I said it. That's what I want to say. Like this green screen, I know what the problem is. Okay? I'm using soft light. I need daylight. Clutches pearls. But to my mods, all my architects that have supported me and things like that, I appreciate you dealing with my crap. What you guys don't see in the background, they do, and I'm like, oh man, look at all these plans, and then they never happen, and they're like, is he gonna actually do something? Like, I don't think. That's what I think in my head, but I don't know how that is. Michael, hello, how are you? But yeah. Mods, thank you. And I know you can't always be there and stuff, and I know you guys feel guilty about that, but don't feel guilty about it. I'm not always there, even when you see me on the on a show. I'm not here right now. What are you talking about? Mentally, I that's why I'm looking for a psychiatrist or something. So, and I'll probably end up just going to a general doctor and sort of begging him for some meds, but because that's the world I live in now, I guess. But hopefully, I can get my focus back so I can actually do stuff. You do your best. Zarice! All these YouTube accounts with different names. I recognized Proppers because picture. But yeah. But I hope you guys are all doing well. All right, everybody in my community, we're posting stuff. I talk about Stardew Valley, Guild Wars 2. I might be changing the Discord a little bit for things like that. Guildies, if you're here listening to me right now, there are going to be some changes, and that's just because I'm not going to be taking as much of an active role as we close in on that 10-year mark. There will be phases. I hope you guys understand. I'm not doing it because I don't want to be around you. It's quite the opposite. I don't want to leave because you are there. Don't feel guilty about that. What I'm trying to say is that I enjoy being around you, but our guild doesn't just have to be a Guild Wars 2 guild either if we don't want it to be. But at the same time, I will give you resources, other people that can help you and things. Midian has done a lot for you. Nocron has done a lot for you. The officers in general have done a lot for you, except Pop Dude. I'm just kidding. Pop Dude has given me a lot of stuff. So, but my thing is, oh, that would help. That would help. Talk to you after. How's Lucky doing? Lucky, come here. Come here. Say hello. Oh, wet. He's been licking himself. Lucky's doing okay. So Lucky's had some aggression issues lately. He's had some, haven't you? We had to keep your leash on you for like 3 days now. I accidentally took it off earlier, but he's gotten really defensive over certain things, and we're learning. And he's learning that he cannot defeat a leash. But yes, Lucky will make more appearances, hopefully. We're looking to still get him a brother or sister, so he isn't so alone all the time. When he feels lonely, he gets his anxiety up, and that's why he gets so aggressive, because then he gets fearful that we're going to take something away or something like that. So we're still dealing, but I'm learning. He's a Chihuahua, so that is what he is. But Daddy's tired of getting bitten. And he bit Mommy because she had his toy, and that wasn't okay, and I was done. Biting me? I'm used to it. Aggressive dogs, I've grown up around them. But him being the way he is, I don't want to see him go. I want him to live a long life and not be as angry as I am. And he should understand that if I'm not punching people, he cannot be biting people. He's such a good boy. Yeah, Chihuahuas can be pretty tame and mild-mannered and timid and things like that. You just have to get them really socialized. And then his issue is he has fearful anxiety, so he has that Chihuahua instinct of, I'm a bigger dog, so that small dog syndrome sets in. And so he's like, I can look really mean. So he does the thing where he like attacks blankets and stuff around him to be like, look how tough I am. But the thing is, like, he doesn't calm down. like that fear sets in and sets in and sets in, and that's what we're working on right now, is to get him to understand that when I'm around and around his stuff or around his mommy here, that he doesn't have to defend that stuff. I'm part of the pack, and I'm not going to take it away from him. Living hand grenades? Yeah. People don't train their chihuahuas. They just let them do whatever they want, and they just want to keep them in a purse and things like that. He's 7 pounds, but he looks bigger. But boy, does he. He also has a lot of muscle because he jumps up on things and stuff like that. So they're the most aggressive breed? Yeah. People always talk about pit bulls, but I'm like, have you ever seen a chihuahua? Have you ever seen? Yeah. Crazy. This is crazy. People are always like, man, those German Shepherds. I'm like, I've never had a German Shepherd bite me, okay? I've had them growl at me. I've had them snap at me. But, like, I've had Chihuahuas latch on, go for the ride. Crazy. Pit bulls, but that's just it. If you socialize the dogs, right, and that kind of thing, like, we could go into this and have a long conversation. But the thing is, a lot of people don't understand that dogs are not human beings. You have to socialize them and tell them what to do and give them things to do. Like I don't know why people think you could just get a dog and they'll be a dog. That's not exactly how it works. Boxers, yes. Boxers are extremely aggressive. But that's the whole point of those dogs. Boxers have a bunch of energy. Like, and that's what people don't understand. Dogs store energy, and then their brain starts going, how am I going to use this? And that creates anxiety, which creates them to do things they otherwise wouldn't do. Like, dogs that jump up on you, that's just them physically showing their anxiety in the situation and excitement. And things like that. What's going on out there? Anyways, I hope, did I thank everyone? I think we're going to end today's show. The future is out there. I'm going to grab it. We're going to bring it to the present. Because that's what you do. Wait 1 second. We grab the future. See how easy it is? Everybody out there talking about, oh man, failures. I hate being a failure. I just want you all to know that. I hate failing at things. But failure is just the attempt at getting success right. That's it. Everybody thinks success is so great. It's the failures that are the greatest part. It teaches you how to be successful, right? And all you got to do is miss the failure and you're successful. That's the only choice. You either fail or you succeed. And all you got to do is not hit the ground. That's it. Then you're flying. Get the reference. You're welcome, Minion. Again, thank you everybody who came in and said something. Don't forget to hit the like button. Also, if you're not subbed, what is wrong with you? I've been begging for success today, and you guys just not subbing? It says I have 3 likes. I realize it shows me the likes. I know everything about streaming on YouTube. Yeah, again, these shows have been more successful than Twitch. I'm telling you. The sign. The sign. I don't think we reached double digits today, but 6 likes. Wow, it's live. It shows me the likes live. Don't forget, there's information in the doobly-doo underneath. That is, I'm pretty sure, trademarked. Also, I've got to see if I can use the edit tool to get those F words out, but we'll see. Failure gives you the chance to try more wisely. Yeah. Don't be afraid to fail either. Valheim? Oh my goodness. I talked about that. Guys, go play Valheim. I don't know why it's so good. It just is. The more, and then playing with other people is, I knew it. I was trying to play with people all weekend, but it finally just happened last night, and oh my god. You pick it up pretty quick too. Killing a troll with somebody is like 10 times better than trying to kill it on your own. Also, accidentally killing your friends. Sorry, Nocron. By getting chased by like 5 gray dwarfs. and being like, help me. All right, we're done. I'm going to end today's show. I appreciate all of you. Again, blah, blah. Gosh, it's so sloppy at the end here. As always, I leave you with this. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. For all we got. Have a great night, day, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Make it great. What? Oh, man, I messed it up. For whatever time it is, make it great. Gosh, finally. I don't know why I say whatever time it is for you, but don't forget to follow on YouTube, Twitter. Sub here on YouTube. It's complicated out there. That's what's wrong with this screen. It doesn't say Twitch. Oh. Oh, wow. I'll get somebody on that, I'm sure. Yeah, stay safe. If I don't see you for the rest of the week, enjoy the rest of your week. But I'll be on Twitch tomorrow with Shovel Knight. There we go. That's how you end the live stream right there. There was something else, but let's not worry about it. So, if I don't see you for the rest of March, enjoy your March. And if I don't see you for the rest of 2021, take care. There's a pandemic going on. Please be safe, be healthy, be kind to other people. We're all stressed. We're all a little depressed out there. So a smile, a nice compliment goes a long way, okay? But that's it. That's all I got for you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Lucky.